Democrat-controlled Senate, it's not going to pass. So I want to focus on something that's tangible and achievable, and that's the South Carolina Fair Tax Act, which was first filed during this last legislative session that started in January. And this is a complete grassroots effort, what we did in South Carolina. People from scfairtax.org actually wrote the bill. We hired a lawyer, Bill Condon, from this area, used the legislative language that's needed, used all the terminology from the federal bill, and drafted this legislation to replace our income tax and our current sales tax code with a 6% sales tax on all new goods and services. And this is something that can cause our economy to just take off. It's a powerful force. The House bill has a majority of co-sponsors. A majority of the members of the South Carolina House are co-sponsors of the bill. That I gave you an information sheet that has bill numbers. The Senate bill only has 14 co-sponsors, none from the Midlands. So it's very important for us to get Senator Cromer from the Midlands to sign on, as well as work on Senator Knott's. I know that Katrina Shealy, running against Senator Knott, supports the South Carolina Fair Tax Act. So get her to keep talking it up on the campaign trail. And the only member of the Midlands Republican House delegation that's not a co-sponsor is Representative Nathan Valentine. So if you know Nathan, please talk to him and ask him to sign on to the bill, even though the legislature is not in session. If he can do that, just contact the clerk of the House and get the name on the bill. But what you need to know is there are 9 states right now that do not collect a personal income tax. And of course, the one that makes the news the most often is Texas, where a job is being created in America right now, pretty much only in Texas. And it's a huge impact. What you need to know about our current income tax system is we have a 7% personal income tax. And that's what most small businesses pay. Small businesses file as individuals, and they pay that 7% personal income tax. You also have a 5% corporate income tax that is not paid by many of the businesses, but it's still a factor. Texas has neither a personal income tax nor a corporate income tax, and that makes Texas a job magnet. And there's been some extensive research done by economist Art Laffer, who worked for President Reagan. He was his chief economic advisor, and Stephen Moore, who I'm sure you've seen on TV. He's with the Wall Street Journal, and he's a noted economist. And they do a study every other year on state tax policies called Rich States, Poor States. And what they've analyzed is those 9 states without a personal income tax are attracting the job creators, and people's personal incomes are growing. And they focus on a bill that Missouri has that's just like our fair tax bill. They changed the name because our national fair tax didn't want to use fair tax on a state bill. We said we're going to do it anyway, but Missouri backed off and named it something different. Same concept. They said if Missouri were to implement fair tax legislation to do away with their income tax, the value of their goods and services, they're called gross state product, over 10 years would increase by $100 billion. And their per capita income would go up by $12,000. That's $12,000 per person over 10 years. So that's a powerful wealth creation tool as well as a job creation tool. So if we did this, we know from the research that's already been done that South Carolina will be a magnet for job creation and that our personal wealth will go up. Recently heard Glenn Beck interviewing Texas Governor Rick Perry. And he's in New York now because he had to be for the Fox News program. Now that he's doing internet programming, he can live anywhere. And he said, Governor, I'm looking at moving my business, my 130 employees to Texas. So that kind of thing would take place right away. If we eliminate our income tax, the entrepreneurs are going to want to come to South Carolina, bring their employees with them, or hire people who are here. We have 10% unemployment, so we can sure use that. And these folks are home buyers, and they're people that hire contractors, and they'll put people to work automatically, as well as giving to charities and being people who contribute to the communities. This is a powerful tool in so many ways for us in South Carolina. And once again, we can fund the entire general fund of the government with 6% sales tax just by doing away with the many exemptions in our state sales tax code. We actually exempt more than we collect. So on the sheet that I gave you several ways that you can help. You can go on our website, sccaretax.org. You can click on the donate button like Talbot was saying. You can go on Facebook, it's SC with a space, Fair Tax, that's one word, and we put out a lot of information on that. We're doing a high-profile event coming up a month from now. As a matter of fact, exactly 1 month from now, we're going to be at the Red State Conference in Charleston, and we're going to be a sponsor right alongside Freedom Works, and we're going to have a chance to tell the Fair Tax story to the country, as well as make it big news in the state. I can tell you that over the last election, Bill Connor was the only candidate for statewide office who openly endorsed the South Carolina Fair Tax Plan, and the media just ignored it. So by being at this Red State Conference, we're going to get noticed and get our elected officials to talk about it. I'd like to get Governor Haley to talk about it. Where does she come down on the fair tax? So please help us out, and let's make South Carolina #1 in job creation and personal income.